Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're grinding out bicep curls or muscling the couch across the living room, crushing morning miles, or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, Smoothie King has fuel to help you maximize your workouts, own your recovery, and elevate your game. Give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs with a lineup of delicious smoothies made to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
We'll be right back to today's show, but before we do, I want to let you know that you can get a free copy of my first book, Think Unbroken: Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma, when you leave a review for the podcast on Apple Podcast, either on desktop or on your phone. All you have to do is go to Apple Podcasts, look up Think Unbroken, click follow in the top right, and then go and leave a review at the bottom. And when you leave that review, screenshot it and send it over to book.thinkunbroken.com, where you can upload your contact and mailing information, and we will send you a free copy of this award-winning best-selling book, absolutely free, including shipping. Just go to book.thinkunbroken.com to upload your screenshot review from Apple Podcasts for the Think Unbroken podcast. And until next time, my friend, be unbroken. I'll see ya. You're listening to the Think Unbroken podcast, and I'm your host, Michael Unbroken. I'm an author, speaker, coach, and advocate for adult survivors of childhood trauma and abuse. In this podcast, you will learn how to transform your trauma into triumph, turn breakdowns into breakthroughs, and go from victim to being the hero of your own story. You can learn more at thinkunbrokenpodcast.com, and of course, check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at Think Unbroken Podcast.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here. Great to connect with you and have you back for another episode of the podcast. If you're watching on the YouTube, thank you. You can go look up Michael Unbroken on YouTube. I'm going to jump right into it. I was thinking a lot over the last few days, like, what is the actual solution and cure for depression and for anxiety? I feel this weird energy over the course of the last year where it's not that I'm living necessarily in anxiety or depression, just feeling like there's been something amiss. And so I've been doing a lot of just self-narrative reflection, a lot of research, a lot of listening to some of the greatest minds in the world, something that I've always been attuned to. And I've just come to something I'm talking out with you here in real time, and that is luck actually the factor, and the emotion of feeling lucky, is that the thing that actually creates a massive change in your psychology to move you closer towards success? Basically, if I were to summarize it and shorten it, it's, does luck equal success? Does feeling lucky equal success? Does giving yourself physically or mentally giving yourself the emotion of feeling lucky, does that actually equate to success? And it got me thinking about a lot of my own personal journey. I look at so many of the things that have happened in my life, and I cannot help but feel this immense sense of luck. Sometimes, and this is just me being honest, sometimes there's been a sense of, what's the point? Does this even matter? Why am I doing this? Who cares? That's just true. Apathy has always been my worst enemy. There's no question about that. I cannot hide that. I never have, I never will. That's where my nihilism comes from, right? Just because at the end of the day, I kind of think, well, I don't know that any of it matters, while simultaneously holding the contending thought that actually all of it matters, which is such a wild an idea to coexist. So anyway, I've been contemplating about this idea of, does the feeling and emotion of luck and lucky actually lead down the path of success? And where this started from was a deep look back at my journey almost in its entirety. I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about how I feel lucky that I had parents that were drug addicts and alcoholics, which is such a crazy idea to wrap your head around until you wrap your head around it. because I would not be here without that. I would not be here without them, without the chaos and all of the things that happen with them forcing me effectively to figure out everything on my own as a kid. I wouldn't be here with you today, right? So that's a big deal. And then I started thinking about how lucky I was for even the couple of times that I would get in very intense trouble, be in handcuffs, and somehow escape it. Like, that's luck. Like, maybe in the deepest sense of it, in a lot of capacity. How I feel lucky in those times where my friends would go and do something that I knew would have consequences, and I would be with them and nothing would happen. Or on the other times where something would happen and I wouldn't be there and I would escape those consequences. Again, luck. Then I fast forward into my 20s, working in this corporate career that I built, then building a photography company, and then, now everything I've built with Think Unbroken and the podcast and the books and the people I've coached. All of that feels lucky to me. And the reason why it feels lucky is because I've always tried to come into this with feeling like I could do it. And you need a little bit of luck on your side for that idea of I can do it to come to fruition, right? I heard, it may have been Alex Hormozy who said this. He goes, I don't like when people call me lucky because I didn't see all the work that it took for the luck to happen. And I agree with that entirely. I do. But I also have the mindset coming into it, like, I'm lucky, I can do this. And so I've been toying with this idea. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you is because I'm wondering for you, and some of you, I'd love to hear from you. If you will send me a message on.
When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
Instagram at Michael Unbroken. If you will DM me on there, I would love to hear from you and know what your thoughts are about this. And the reason why is because I'm wondering if we took this idea of luck and we applied it to all of the things that were happening in our life that were positive, and we focused our energy into the positive instead of into the negative, would that change the way that we think about and perceive the world? I can't help but lean towards yes, because I guess at the default of it, how could it not? If you feel lucky and you walk out onto the street and you put yourself into this emotion of feeling lucky, how could you not be lucky? I don't understand. If you're going on a date and you're meeting someone, you feel like you're lucky, not that you'll get lucky, I mean, maybe you'll get lucky, but not that, but it's like, if you feel this feeling of luck, oh my God, it's finally gonna be my person, maybe they'll be your person. What about in your own healing journey, right? Where you go, I feel so lucky that I get the opportunity to do this deep work and uncover the true core essence of who I am as a human being. Does that change your life? And that's what I've been thinking about a lot. It's like, how do you take this idea of feeling lucky and leverage it? As many of you know, and I've shared this many times, I've been fortunate enough to go under the tutelage of Tony Robbins, both in his massive, gigantic events, his smaller events, but also in his small group coaching, and be very close to him and have these experiences of learnings from him. And he always wears this hat that says, live lucky. And I never really understood it until I started going deep into this part of my journey, which is new, and I'm talking out with you in real time. But I never understood this idea of live lucky until kind of now. And it makes so much sense that you would put yourself into the framework and into the mindset of saying, I am lucky. And then using that and leveraging that to go and create the life that you want to have. And I distinctly know, without a shadow of the doubt, that in order for luck to transpire, you do have to put in hard work. But if you believe that your hard work will lead to luck, then how could you not be lucky at the end of it? It's the same way like before I've gotten on stages and speaking to people. In the same way before I wrote the first book that became a bestseller. In the same way that when I launched this podcast a very long time ago, I knew that it could be one of the best in the world. And because of it, we've done so many amazing things, and I appreciate all of you for listening, right? So I took all these ideas and concepts that I believed could come to fruition, and I felt like I could make it happen. And the sprinkles of luck that came in have only ever happened because I kept doing the work. I remember once I was in Minnesota. I went to VCon, which was Gary Vaynerchuk's event. And I'm just walking around, and sure enough, boom, pop into Gary. Like, it's before the event, nobody's around. I'm on a random street. I don't even know where I am. And he's getting out of the car with my buddy D-Rock at the same time. And I'm like, that could not be more lucky. That could not be more lucky. And so we forget to leverage luck about the amazing good things that happen to us, and we tend to sit in the negative, low vibrating energies. And it's reasonable because of our past and the experiences that we have. But I want to challenge you for the next week. Just think about every little idiosyncrasy that happens, every nuance, every little idiom, every strange coincidence, all the good things and all the bad things. Can you look at them through the eyes of someone who's lucky? I don't know if this works, by the way. I'm not saying this does, but I am saying, what if one of the solutions, I'm asking the question, I should say, my hypothesis is, what if the solution for anxiety and depression is just simply walking into the world and feeling lucky? Would that change anything? I don't know. But if you'll message me at Michael Unbroken, I'd love to know and hear about your story and your journeys. And most importantly, thank you for listening. If you found any value with this, share it with a friend, please, because I know that they might need a little bit of luck in their life. And if you're struggling in your journey, go to thinkunbroken.com for tons of free resources, as well as your opportunity to hop on a free coaching call with me. That's thinkunbroken.com. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and until next time, my friend, be unbroken. I'll see ya.
Thank you so much for listening to Think Unbroken. Please share this episode with someone who could use it and help us move forward in our mission of ending generational trauma in our lifetime. And if you would, please take 5 seconds to pop on iTunes or Spotify, hit that 5-star, leave a review, and you can also reach out to us on social at Michael Unbroken or at Think Unbroken. And of course, you can check out our YouTube channel at Think Unbroken. Thank you for being a part of Unbroken Nation, my friends, and until next time, be unbroken. We'll be right back to today's show, but before we do, I want to let you know that you can get a free copy of my first book, Think Unbroken: Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma, when you leave a review for the podcast on Apple Podcast, either on desktop or on your phone. All you have to do is go to Apple Podcasts, look up Think Unbroken, click follow in the top right, and then go and leave a review at the bottom. And when you leave that review, screenshot it and send it over to book.thinkunbroken.com, where you can upload your contact and mailing information, and we will send you a free copy of this award-winning best-selling book, absolutely free, including shipping. Just go to book.thinkunbroken.com to upload your screenshot review from Apple Podcasts for the Think Unbroken podcast. And until next time, my friend, be unbroken. I'll see ya.